Hello, hello. In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which came out a couple of years ago. It's a pretty awesome entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise, if I do say so myself. And the reason why I want to look at this game is that I think it does some really interesting things with world building and the way the player explores this open world game, primarily the way they explore the vast open seas. And what this does, in my opinion, is brings to the fore some interesting observations by Bo Walter, I think was the name, about the difference between playing and gaming. And I think the open world expanse of Assassin's Creed can help us explain the difference between playing and gaming, perhaps. Just destroy this little dude. So what's the main distinction between playing and gaming? Well, the idea of play, as we might have already encountered, is basically the idea that play is sort of transgressive, that it exists outside of our everyday world in a way. It exists outside of the rules and structures and boundaries of our everyday existence. And because of this, play can be very transgressive, and it can help us determine what the rules are once we start to kind of exist beyond them. So that's what play is. Play exists outside of our everyday rules, and that actually applies to video games as well, right? Is that when you play in a video game, you're not really paying attention to the rules of the game or kind of expectations of how you're supposed to interact with that game. And so what I think happens, like I'm doing now, is I'm just sort of rolling around this ocean, not really caring about what the game expects me to do or what it wants me to do. I'm not giving too much thought to physics, to mechanics. I'm not really caring about progression at all. So what you could argue is that what I'm really doing here is playing. And at the moment I'm having some pretty awesome fun playing, because I'm getting smoked by a big whirlpool-y thing, which I think just destroyed this boat. Oh, this is too exciting. My apologies, I'm getting distracted by how awesome this game is. Now the thing is with gaming is much more deliberate than play. Gaming is when I am much more aware of the game's rules, limitations, expectations, narrative repercussions, or basically if I want to progress in this game, if I want to take it seriously and get anywhere within the narrative, I need to start really gaming. I need to start basically obeying the rules of the game. And I think, for my money at least, Assassin's Creed Black Flag strikes this really nice balance between playing and gaming, or between play and the kind of following the rules, basically. Because these open world boating moments... Oh dear, what's going on? These moments don't really... exciting. These moments don't impact the story, they don't really help me get anywhere, except they don't until I engage one of these ships, and then all of a sudden I'll be aware of the rules, and I'll start to be gaming, I would say. So if I attack this ship here, all of a sudden I'll become very conscious of the controls. So let's go. Oh, he just died on me. So all of a sudden, I'm aware of how this game handles, of how I'm supposed to push certain button combinations to shoot my big guns. The bolt is immensely powerful. So now I'm in this big combat moment. I'm trying to push left trigger and right trigger. Ooh. And another thing this game does, in terms of world building, is that it actually generates these storms at quite timely moments, basically. As soon as you engage, or often when you engage random boats in the open seas, storms will kick up just to make it a little more epic. But anyway, what I was trying to say was that once I become more conscious of the controls, of victory conditions, of needing to attack ships and make them explode and whatnot, then maybe you could argue that I'm gaming, really. And environments can actually, and the way you interact with the game world, can really influence whether you play or whether you kind of game. Because as soon as you're aware of physics and those sorts of limitations, all of a sudden you'll find that it's a lot harder to play because the rules become much more apparent. So here we go. Here's a good example of me having to follow the rules of the game, otherwise I'll get smoked by this vicious looking dude. Let's see if I can take him on, My money's on... Oh yeah, my money's on me. I reckon I've got this guy. Oh, I think I just got smoked by a rogue wave. Lost some crew members. Oh, look at that, that's the kill shot. Kind of. Got him. So I think what I'm trying to say is that Assassin's Creed Black Flag invites you into this open world, and the nature of the open world really encourages this really nice balance between play and then gaming. So there are moments where you just float around, look at the dolphins, they frolic in the ocean, and then you start to kind of want to kill things, and board ships, and then the controls stuff up like this, and you realise that you're playing an Assassin's Creed game. Yeah, I think for my money, Assassin's Creed does a really nice job of balancing all these different elements into a nice, exciting, cool little world here. And that'll do it for us.